We got ourselves Omega on Team Red. We also got ourselves Poker. We got Too Fast. Oh, we didn't see it fast enough. That's going to be Tasty, as well as Mori versus Cold Shade on Team Blue. We got ourselves Magic Tricks in the back. Oh, looking pretty corrupted. Dude, there's a little bit of blue under your beard. It looks like straight up snot. Is it just me? I hope you weren't eating when watching this. Void form here. As a void form, we got Wombo Combo and Ulef, I think. Ulef. Those U's and O's with double dot. I don't know what that's supposed to. How am I supposed to say it out loud? Mori getting polymorphed in the opener. Trinkets with the reflect. Actually, that's going to be polymorphed into Cold Shade instead. At least he didn't let that greater pyroblast fly. At least he stopped himself halfway through. Blaze Storm to counter that polymorph, and that's going to be just the finish coming out for Cold Shade. Dropping down the Meteor onto the Warrior. Actually got quite a bit of damage. Quite significant amount of damage on this Warrior pretty early on. It's going to be a pummel by the Warrior, suppressing the fire damage from Cold Shade. Is going to be able to shimmer out of there, burning that charge as well as a leap just to stay on the mage as best as possible. Mori not looking all that healthy right now. Does get a reflect rolling. Cold Shade trying not to do the damage, just letting the master burn him down. Oh my god, full combustion. Mori should have popped the defensive for that one, dude. That is a big cooldown, man. Popping in 2 minutes for 2 minutes is safe, and you should totally do it. Too Fast is being way too quick. This is the first time we actually seen Too Fast, man. Normally he's so fast that you never get to see his name, man. And Cold Shade trying to see if he can catch a snack while he's waiting for the rogue. Too Fast. He's going to be playing that sub-rogue, actually. Open up with a book, Cold Blood. Huge damage out of the Destrigal Trick. And drop Cold Shade to half health in the opener. That's going to be a polymorph right after. Greater Pyroblast to follow for Cold Shade onto Too Fast. With the Ring of Frost, he's going to try to wombo combo. Actually got a Cloak of Shadows just so you maintain a very aggressive setup here. Cheap shot. Cold Shade barely has any health. Is that a combustion? No, is that a temporal? I think he just temporal. Bite coming out of Cold Shade. You should have him temporal up and running. Might want to ice block. That is a lot of damage he's taken to himself. He's going to ice block it at the very last second. He's got to look disappointed in himself there. Look angry for a second too. He's going to try to get some food. Shortest cheap shot of my life. Too Fast getting hit with a breath. He actually has no more stuns available for Cold Shade. That's going to be a shield to hold him across for a little bit. Does get a smoke bomb up and running. Is getting the Nightblade. Tried to use smoke, Shadow Steps to stay on Cold Shade. Does he have enough for an Eviscerate? He could just end him. There's no health available. Does Too Fast have the Reaping Flames essence? Does he not? Oh no, I think he's doing Crucible. You just wait for Cold Blood just to make sure you get that. The one global, and you're done. Sap into Wombo Combo. Maybe Wombo Combo should have been more aggressive because this is a rogue. Maybe burning a Dragon Kick into an Incap immediately would have been the play. But looks like Too Fast burned both of his trinkets just now, dude. And Too Fast is waiting on cooldowns. Boys, this is why I wanted a limited amount of rogues. Look at Too Fast sitting there waiting on cooldowns, man. Do you want to do that for all 4 rogues? I don't think so. Gonna be huge damage out of the sub-rogue with a Gesture Today trinket in this opener. Evasion's up already. Wombo trying to get a leg sweep, missing it completely. Going for that mobility, trying to get away from the rogue ASAP. Trying to burn his karma a little too early. No more leg sweep to deal with this rogue, though. Needs to get a Fist of Fury up and running. Trinkets out of this right now. Karma to follow onto Too Fast, and it's gonna try to get as much damage into this rogue as possible. Try to stay on top of him. That is going to be Touch of Death with an Incap, trying to min-max the damage on the Touch of Death. Is going to get the images with a Fist of Fury, locking him down Too Fast. Might want to vanish this karma. He does not vanish the Touch of Death at all. He actually takes the full hit. Does throw a bike at Wombo Combo. Thought that would be enough by itself. Trying to land a sap. Wombo does not have a trinket for quite a bit. Too Fast just used everything in the opener here. If he still has Cold Blood, he might have a chance. Maybe Crucible to follow. He's going to go Mark for Death and Venom, or Eviscerate. Trying to get the damage in. Wombo Combo, not enough. And does get that Eviscerate across the Monk. Magic Tricks is up next, getting hit with a blind. It's going to be immediate trinket out of him. The only Ice Block available. The Magic is really just out of defenses. That is good for Too Fast. Too Fast trying to go for the big Shadow Blades playstyle here. Does he have the full setup? Big Death Gap. Disregard literally half your health. That trinket is so strong for sub. Also, pretty sure it scales well with the other buffs. So that's why it's so strong. Gonna be Greater Pyroblast. It's a second Greater Pyroblast. Too fast does drop a smoke bomb down. Is way too fast for that double Greater Pyroblast shenanigans here. Magic Tricks blinking in for the breath. Does he have any more damage right after? Backpedaling? Oh no! Too fast! Give this man a chance! Give this man a break! He's backpedaling out of here! Magic Tricks trying not to burn out so quick. Does get interrupted. On fire. Goes for the Ice Block immediately. Too fast still has a bike if needed. That's gonna be Cloak of Shadows. I think Too Fast actually didn't Cloak of Shadows now. I think he went for Shadowy Duel. Actually. So you can get himself a little bit more Shadow Strikes in there. Trying to get a couple fewer Eviscerates onto Magic Tricks without using any more of his abilities. And down he goes. Ulef is up next, trying to channel the power of... What name is this? Is this a Swedish name? I would imagine this is a Swedish Viking name, you know what I mean? He got himself the Banana Suit. Blood of the Enemy for a Fury Warrior. Trying to make the Blood of the Enemy damage work. He needs to get a lot of rampages in it. He got the thing from beyond chasing after him though. That's not good. He doesn't have a way to stop the things from beyond unless he has a stun or a fear. He's gonna go for a sitting down immediately. That might put him... Too Fast actually is already bursted, but Ulef might be able to burst himself down a lot faster than he expects it. A lot faster. Picking up the eye, trying to see if he can catch the rogue. Stun by Too Fast immediately. Is he gonna go Big Bike? Big Bike does connect. Stun to fall onto Ulef. He does go for Enraged Regeneration, but Too Fast goes for that evasion to counter the Enraged Regen. Stun onto Too Fast. Ulef does counter himself a little bit of health. Blind to Fall, no ticket available. At least he recovered a little bit of health there. That was a bike out of Too Fast. So maybe the Destrigat trinket might put him in a bad situation. Maybe not. He is spade class. Both of those trinkets from the Rogue, the Destrigat trinket and the bike, do have a portion of physical damage and they do scale with your class. So sub-rogues generally don't have an easy time doing the most amount of damage to play classes. Like, I think that was only did 25% of his health and damage compared to the other guys, all the Clothies, where it was more or less 50. But he still got more Corruption Sprocket for Too Fast right now. Ulef just trying to get the little bit of damage needed to take down Too Fast. Maybe Cheap Shots coming out. Needs more Shadow Strikes in there. Ulef actually bailing out of there. Too Fast. Shadow Striking yet again. And down goes the Warrior. The only one left here is Void Form. The last man standing to deal with the Sub-Rogue Master Disaster. The Trinkets Master. Going faster and faster. Oh, man. Gonna be a cheap shot about onto Void Form by Too Fast. Not going for the Destrigat trinket here, actually. I guess he doesn't have it since he did use it for the Warrior. But for Void Form, it's actually gonna be good to have a Mindbender because that will help absorb the Destrigat trinket. He'll help split a majority of that damage. Or at least a half of it. Cheap Shot coming out, and that's going to be Destrigat trinket used into Disperse. Does get the Siphon right after. Too Fast not focusing on Siphon. Actually decided, you know what, I need to walk up as Void Form is getting himself to the other direction. Does go for the Void of Rachel to get that mobility. Trying to continue the cast into Too Fast. He does have advantage. Normal Cloak of Shadows for the stroke at all. Shortest Cheap Shot on my life though. Void Form just needs to continue doing as much damage to Too Fast as possible. Going for Shadow Mends, letting the dot stick down Too Fast before he continues the damage even further. Short stun onto the Rogue to fall. And needs to just end them real quick. Mind Blast, Mind Flatter right after. The dots and the procs might be enough. Too Fast does get himself a Sippy Cup rolling. And if Too Fast needs to get him, he needs to get himself a big setup right now. Void Form might have a perfect opportunity to maybe keep the damage rolling. He's actually going to Trinket out of that sap. Maybe a little too late of a Trinket. But he's trying to stay on top of Too Fast as best as possible. Sap again. Maybe he can Greater Fade the next. Yeah, I think as soon as he Trinket out, he probably should have Trinketed way earlier so he could catch up to him. Looks like he's going to pick up the eye. To stay on top of the Rogue as best as possible. Sap's actually going to be DR'd eventually. Void Form tried to get I think a jump on the side there. Try to catch up to the Rogue. Cheap Shot to follow. Too Fast as he go for a setup here. Mark for Earth in Venom. Going to be Greater Fade. Try not to get hit. That's actually, I believe he actually Greater Faded that bike trinket maybe. Or maybe he went for a stun right as the bike is about to hit him. That's going to be a Siphon right now. Walking close to Siphon doesn't allow Too Fast to take out the Siphon very quickly. But he is dotted up. That is a Mind Bender. Slapping him around. Doing a little bit of damage. Cheap Shot by Too Fast. Destrigat does actually get absorbed by the Mindbender. That's going to be dispersed back up for Void Form. Needs to get a little bit more damage than Too Fast. Hit some of the fear. Trinket available for Too Fast right now if he needs one. He just needs to maintain the dots as best possible. Smoke Bomb coming out. Too Fast looking for a reset. That's going to be a huge damage out of the Voodoo Rod Trinket. Too Fast actually in a really bad spot. Got himself a Sippy Cup rolling. Lots of procs. It actually might be going down. Void Form is the man that took down the Sub-Rogue. He just had to counter his trinkets. Mindbender for the Destrigath. Disperse for the Disperse or Greater Fate, I think, for, I guess one was Disperse, one was Greater Fate for the bike. That's all you have to do. Rogues are so easy. You just gotta have a defensive for a trinket. Easy. Omega trying to get some bleeds up and running onto Void Form. He does have the Mindbender on him immediately. Already they're slapping him around. Void Form needs to get himself a lot of healing though. Lots of healing needs to happen. Looks like the Feral is going to land the opener either way. Void Form does trick it out immediately. Fear onto Omega. No trick available for the Feral. Is going to get the dots up and running. Mind Blast. Omega actually get caught on the corner for a second. A Void Form going for self heals immediately. I wonder if there was maybe a build for Warlocks or Shadow Priests to have like extra long dots, you know what I mean? So it makes it difficult for Celtics to deal with. The Omega does have 5 common points ready for a big old bite, but that's going to be stunned out of Void Form. Maybe Greater Fate to follow. He could Greater Fate this damage if he needed. While up for Omega, has a pretty big defensive, still continuing to rack on damage onto Void Form, trying not to get hit with a Skull Bash right now, while Greater Fate is up, letting that Siphon really just shred through Omega. Does hit him with a silence, no healing available. That's going to be Safeguard Trinket right now. Does Void Form have anything to follow? Maybe stun right after. Omega popping in wall right now, as the Mindbender was on him, now no longer slapping him around, still taking quite a bit of damage. Void Form needs to get his essences and whatnot to proc into Omega through the dots right now to really get the hang of this. Went for a little bit of food. It looks like Omega did not get the proper opener here with a rake. Looks like maybe a shred or maybe full DRs on the Void Form. Did not have him fully DR'd. Let's go to Bash Disperse it right now. Void Form, does he have anything to follow for here? Does he even have the ability to catch up to Omega right now? Did he even get a doubt on the guy? Because if he got a doubt on him, he did have the Void Elf racial there for a second, did not use it. I guess Omega came to that Void racial position a little bit late, but looks like Void Form is just going to catch up on health as much as possible, picking up the eye. He still does have somewhat of an advantage over the Feral. Trinket back out for the Kitty Cat. So maybe he might be able to trinket a stun, trinket a fear, trinket something. But he's just going to burn Dash in order to stay ahead of him. He's going to try to get an opener. Do exchange stuns right in the opener. Void Form could go for a fear right after. Does go for a fear. Probably trinket out Omega. Does get the Skull Bash into a perfect opportunity for the Feral to finish the job. Getting the common points. A big bite into Void Form. He goes in for a Greater Fade with a Vampiric Embrace. And Omega is not looking all that healthy right now. The Tentacle Slaps from the Mindbender actually doing work. It's going to go for the Void Eruption. Short stun onto the Shadow Priest. Silence of Omega. Cannot heal himself. Siphon to fall. It actually goes down. Oh my god. This priest is so great. Oh my goodness, boys. Wow. Pokken. I don't know if you can... Okay, so you beat a sub-rogue. You beat a Feral now at 50% dampening. And now you got another... I think Assassination rogue at this point at you. Most likely Assassin. Yep, Garrote. Trinket it out of the Kidney Shot immediately. And that's going to be Pokken just going for the reset, dude. Oh, I got to trinket out of him. I got to go even shout him melded just to catch a quick reset. So you get back. Oh, God. I can't even talk. You can get right back in there with the shortest cheap shot ever. Throw a bike at Void Form. We're just going to disperse it immediately. Oh my goodness, letting the Shadow Priest get some dots in here is going to be Greater Fate. Trying not to get kicked on. He does have Mindbender on the Rogue. Greater Fate was up for just a little bit, trying to mind control him. Maybe, can he? Might be able to get a shot onto Void Form. Doesn't have anything left here. Pokken taking a little bit of damage, so is Void Form. Really, the dots are really starting to work into a Shadow Cloak of Shadows, man. It's got a... Void Form just cannot respond. He actually can respond. He's trying to get kicked. Blind still available. Pokken got himself a cute... unlosable situation. If he somehow loses this, it's his game to throw. I don't know how Void Form makes it out of here, man. I want to believe, but I don't know how he makes it out. Maybe Pokken makes a mistake. Kidney Shot to follow. Literally, stars are falling from the sky. Well, if the literal stars in the night sky are falling at you, well, what chance do you have, dude? Oh my goodness. The sub-rogue came in with a 4 slaps, dude. Trinket slapping people left and right. And Void Form, though, oh my goodness, came back with a Rogue and a Feral. Crawled, clawed back to victory as best as he could, man. That was insane. That was awesome, intense, and I loved every single second of it. That was awesome.